Oh man, that new Tyga Hotel California album is out. I cannot wait to be bumping this shit. Said no one ever who has good musical taste. But maybe some young girls said it, and the guys who want to put their wieners in them. Because this is really just a young people album. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not old. I'm pushing 30. I'm getting there. But this album has no use for me. But if you're just a young college kid who's into getting fucked up and just listening to loud, bassy shit, I can understand why you like Tyga. But let me just tell you, if you're a real fan of rap music and you like to listen to shit that has at least some sort of concept or a bit of meaning to it, you are not going to be feeling this shit at all. I mean, you know that going into this album. It's Tyga. He's not known for his lyrical ability. He's not known to be a conscious rapper or anything like that. He just makes bullshit music that gets played in the club and makes money. So I can't hate on him for that. But I can hate on this album because it is fucking garbage, more or less. I mean, just look at the album cover. It came out quite a while ago, the album cover, and it was released. It showed the Tyga laying down by the pool, a white Tyga, and then off in the distance, you see him wearing a fucking white furry marshmallow and what looks like polar bear skin. Ridiculous. But he took himself off the cover, probably because of the backlash of that shit that just looked foolish, and now it's just the Tyga on the cover, because get it? Tyga? Tiger? Oh, fucking genius. And the album, Hotel California, I don't know why he chose to call it that. I guess because he's from that area. But still, how dare you take the title of a classic Eagles song for this not classic rap album. Anyway, I'm digressing. We'll get into the songs on the album. First of all, 500 Degrees, the very first song. This shit actually scared me because it is a great song. The beat is banging. Tyga's on it rapping aggressively like he has a purpose. And Lil Wayne has one of those good Lil Wayne verses where he actually says some clever shit. Even though he says some stupid lines as well, like, I'm eating so much pussy, I'm getting chubby. But, you know, you got to take what you can with Lil Wayne. And his verse on that was good. The whole song was good. I liked it. It's the type of shit you would just drive around blasting that night, probably. Some aggressive, you know, almost sounded like some old school Cash Money shit if you were into that. It then goes into the song Dope. That's the one with Rick Ross. They got a video for it. It's been circulating for quite a while now. It takes the beat from the old Dr. Dre and Snoop song. And then they added 808 snares and hand claps to it, because that'll really make the beat better, right? It didn't make it any better. It's just an awkward song. I mean, if you know the song, I think it was called Deep Cover. It's a classic gangsta song. So to have Tyga and Rick Ross, who are known for being fraudulent busters, on that beat, just rapping their bullshit, it's not good. Rick Ross's verse is forgettable. In fact, all the features on this album are forgettable. And there's a lot of them. Chris Brown's on it, Future's on it, Wiz Khalifa, just the usual suspects that you would get if you were making a watered-down, commercialized album. And none of their verses are memorable. Like, you could just interchange their verses on all the songs, and it wouldn't make a difference. There's got to be about 4 or 5 songs on this album that are basically just Rack City Part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just the typical basic ass beats with a lot of bass, Tyga just rapping about sex and nothing, just the boring shit. But there were a couple bright spots. Like I said, 500 Degrees, the first song, it was good. There's a song M.O.E. with Wiz Khalifa that is kind of boring. Like, after a couple listens, you're probably not going to want to hear it again. But, you know, the first time you hear it, it kind of has a good vibe to it. You kind of mellow out to it. But Wiz Khalifa, he just sounds the same on every song. You could take his verses and throw them on any song that he's on. Like, switch them around, and it wouldn't make a difference because he's just always rapping the same shit. There are a couple songs on there that are basically for girls. One of them has Chris Brown on it. The beat's cool if you're into the R&B type of shit, but it's called For the Road, and it's about, give me a fuck for the road. Like, things aren't working out, we can still fuck, that type of thing. But it's just a boring-ass R&B song. Your girlfriend will like it. There's a song with Future on it. I don't even know what it's called. I just fucking hate it. Because honestly, I hate pretty much everything Future does. Itchin', that was cool because it had a good beat. But when he said that shit about I'm a dog and I eat that dog food, I knew that he rode the same short bus to school that 2 Chainz is on. Because all Future does is he just talks with a croaky voice and then they put some auto-tune on it and it sounds horrible. But for some reason, this fucking Future shit is sweeping the nation. I don't get it. Some of you like it. Whatever. To each their own. Speaking of 2 Chainz, who I mentioned, he's on a song as well. Forget what it's called. It's not a very good song, whatever it was. And he says in his verse, if you believe in sex, say me too. Me too. Which is just stupid. Like, I'm speechless. I'm literally speechless. I don't even know what to say to that. That is just a fucking stupid thing to say. If you believe in sex, like, everyone believes in sex, so why would you start a chant and get everyone to say, me too, me too? 2 Chainz, you're fucked, man. You're crazy. Let me look at my notes right quick, because I want to make sure that I touch on most of the songs on the album. There was one on there called Diss Song. It was pretty cool. It actually has a concept to it. The beat's pretty good, and it's the type of song that I think Tyga fans probably won't appreciate, because it doesn't even sound like Tyga, really. But if you don't like Tyga, you'll hear that shit, and you might give him a little props for it. You might say, you know what, this sounds like an alright song. So this song, in that sense, is alright. Oh, how did I forget about this song? There's a song on there called Molly. And I have been sick of this Molly craze or trend, whatever you want to call it, for the longest time. I'm sick of rappers rapping about taking Mollies. Like, who's doing this shit? I mean, maybe some young kids are doing it, but if these rappers, especially the ones that are grown-ass men, are talking about taking pills and tripping out and seeing shit, that's just fucking pathetic. Let's get over this whole Molly craze, okay? Just leave it alone. Every rapper seems to do a song about having Mollies or being on Mollies, whatever the fuck, and I'm tired of it. I think most people are tired of it. It's the flavor of the month, more or less. The song It Never Rains, I like that song. That's one of the best songs on the album, I would say. Basically, it's Tyga and the Game rapping over top of the classic Tony song, It Never Rains in Southern California. It's the type of song, if you had a drop top, you would drop the top, you drive around in the sun, that type of shit. It has a good feel to it. I'm not mad at that song. I get what it's about. I like it. MOE, I already touched on that one. The song Hijack, that's one of the songs that is basically just Rack City Part fucking 25-7. That's a new number I made up, 25-7. Get Rich, that was another one of the Rack City ones. Like, you're listening to this album and you're just hearing these songs that just sound like the same shit over and over. It's fucking horrible. Like, you would rather have your ears get fucked by pelican beaks than listen to this over and over, just the same repetitive boom, boom, boom. Like, just stupid sounds over top of bass. Not a fan. Drive Fast was another song. Beat was okay. Didn't stick out, but it was tolerable. But it was like 6 minutes long. It didn't need to be that long. Oh, I wanted to talk about this song, Palm Trees. It uses the same sample from the Rick Ross song, Amsterdam, which I love that song, Amsterdam. Like, the beat is so lavish, especially when you watch the video for it, and Rick Ross is in that mansion and on that beautiful property. It just, that beat is so luxurious. It is lavish. This song uses the same sample, but not near as good, and it just does not sound right. So there's a couple instances of that shit, you know? Like the song Dope, they took an old beat, didn't do it justice. This took the beat from another song, basically, a pretty new song, and didn't do it that well. But, you know, when they rapped on the Tony song, that worked. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I guess it's just how you feel about it. But all in all, like I said, young people are going to like this album. It's just watered down, commercialized mediocrity. That is exactly what it is. Call me a hater all you want. Like, I could see the purpose to some of these songs if you're just wilding out, being drunk, and you want to listen to some loud shit. But there's no, like, there's nothing memorable, really, about this album. I listened to it like 6 or 7 times, and I was trying to be fair to try to take some positives out of it as well as some negatives. Like, I went into it thinking, fuck, a Tyga album, great. But like I said, that first song, holy shit, I liked that first song. So I was, you know, I was ready to like the album almost, but the whole thing was terrible and awful. I just, not the whole thing. I said I liked a couple songs. So some songs on it were all right. So I gotta give it that. Top songs I like, 500 Degrees, It Never Rains, and Enemies. I didn't mention the song Enemies. It's good. Listen to it. It doesn't sound like a Tyga song really either. The beat's kind of different. But I don't know. I give this album like a 2 out of 5, I guess. Like, you might take a listen through. You might like a song or two from it. So if you were going to make, you know, a shuffle list on your iPod, you might like a couple songs on it to take. But for the most part, it is just not a great album. We didn't expect it to be. It's a Tyga album. That's all. I could have done this review in 5 seconds. All I had to say was it's a Tyga album. Because that's exactly what it is. Check out my channel. Check out my other videos for other album reviews and song reviews. Subscribe if you like it. Like my videos if you like them. Comment on them. And until next time, I'm going to do the Big Crit review coming up very soon. That album is just, whew. It's a mixtape, King Remembered in Time. Wow. So, you know, I don't hate all music. Seems like I do, because I'm always reviewing shit that I hate. But I'm going to review some things that I do like to keep it balanced. Because I'm not a hater. I'm just telling you what I think, and that's what I thought about Tyga, Hotel California.